Good morning. Dude, that's fucking great. That is hard to beat coffee. Go to bed, it's too early? No, it's 7:30 in the morning here. I've been up for half hour already. I'm an early morning dude. Good morning. This is what joining the military at a very early age will do to you. It'll make you an early morning person for the rest of your life. What's up? Gonna doing some real dumb work today in Roadcraft. Good morning, Mark the Frog. Hope things are calm and peaceful there in Florida. Going to bed present, hell yeah. Getting up, going to bed. Sound like you already drank coffee. No, I've been up for 30 minutes. I loaded the dishwasher, let the dog outside, Emily fed him, made coffee, and then she took a shower and I came in here. I'm going to stream with you guys for my little rise and grind morning coffee. And then after this, I'll probably go for a bike ride. Now that I'm, in my 50s, it's weird to say, I had to take care of myself. I can't be getting out of shape. I gotta maintain. I don't even worry about like losing weight or anything. I just gotta maintain the stamina to survive. I'll be catching my breath at the grocery store. Popcorn Bucket is cool. Man, it's really interesting. I've seen that people have been so divided on it. A lot of people are like, I would never buy that, which I appreciate their honesty. And then some people are like, yeah. But that's it's really important to receive that kind of feedback from you guys, because if we bought 2,000 of those things and we sold 500, it would fucking hurt. But if we buy 500 of those things and we sell out in 20 seconds and then people are mad at us, and it takes 3 more months to get them again, you lose that momentum and just disappoint your audience in the process when you don't. That's the last thing you want to do. It's always a little confusing to figure out, And financially, it's difficult if it doesn't sell. Regulation pod day, yeah, today's 62, I believe. You were trucking last night? Hell yeah. I've got dishwasher problems. It's the problem with being in a rental. It's been a whole saga with this dishwasher. My wife is not happy. I hand wash a lot of stuff just because, the dishwasher is an issue in our house. It's one of the fun things about renting. If it was my house, I would have bought a new dishwasher a year ago. But it's not my house. Okay. So here's what we're doing. I have a delivery mission to deliver just a bunch of goods from the spot. Am I on a state? Is this where I want to be? No. Let's fix this. Let's get better out of the way than that. Just go up the hill. Let's see. So this is the start of the base tunnel. And unfortunately, this is what we're dealing with sand. And I don't remember how to do the duplication glitch. And sometimes you want to cheat and sometimes you don't. So anyway, we've got this road. It goes all the way up here to this backup pump station where we got to deliver these 2 packages somewhere. I don't even know where they got to go. They probably have to go in the other direction, which would make what we're doing even more useless. But I drove it last night, and it's a real dog shit road, like all the way dog shit. And I thought, I can probably deliver this stuff. It's a very SnowRunner-esque mission where it was just tough driving, and this game doesn't have a ton of tough driving. And I thought, well, maybe just do like a SnowRunner type mission. But then I thought, no, this is Roadcraft. If I have a shitty road, I should fix it. And so I've just endeavored to fix this whole motherfucker today. But I've already done last night I did this part. While I watched Ludwig got up to here. So at this point, I imagine it's faster to recover than to back up. I don't know if it's real, but I heard that in Vegas, or that Vegas is considering putting in Uno in casinos. Man, I got so excited for that, Mark. That was all over TikTok for a while. My wife looked into it, and it's the Uno people clarified and were like, it's not what you think. We're just doing a pop-up experience, like a social experience in Vegas. So I don't think it's like officially sanctioned table Uno where people are betting against each other. Although if that were the case, I would definitely participate. Wednesday's supposed to be the best day of the week because of the podcast. Oh my God, your mom had a heart attack? I'm so sorry to hear that. That's very troubling. I'm very sorry. I hope it sounds like she's okay, but I hope she continues to be okay and makes a full recovery. I'm actually, man, the heart's is a scary thing, right? Because it just comes out of nowhere. I'm actually getting a heart CT scan next week, not because there's anything visibly wrong, but just to check and make sure I'm looking okay. You know that I'm 50. Because yeah, the heart will sneak up on you. The unlisted, unauthorized Hunter S. Thompson musical. Where'd you see that at? Where do you live? Was it a traveling show? Thanks for the sub, Serge. We're gonna make very little road progress today. Maybe a decent amount of road progress today, but very little game progress. This is one of those days where we make like 1 or 0% progress on the map. Vegas needs regulation Uno. I don't even know what regulation Uno would be at this point. It's so funny you guys were talking about it this morning, though, because we were just discussing with Emily and Millie. I was talking about, for some reason, we were talking about Uno the movie and Uno the live stream and the potential of doing something like that again in the future. I've never discussed it with the regulation boys, but there could be some sort of Uno in our future. What's up, Pigeon Studios? My mom has an AFib and an ablation, and my uncle had a heart attack, so I've made good friends with my cardiologist. I don't want to surprise. Yeah, I hear you. I don't want to surprise either. Alright. Yeah, I don't want any more surprises. That's part of why I want to go for a bike ride today. I gotta stay in shape. Gotta keep the blood flowing, pumping. Growing up is a real motherfucker. Nope. It's spun the wrong goddamn way. A little squirrely up here. There we go. Get this last bit of nothing out. Okay. And I'm nowhere near... Not really. I'm going to get to a point where... What's the distance here to there? It's about equidistant. And then from here to the... Yeah, see, I still think it's probably faster at this point. Maybe not for long. But at this point, I think it's probably faster to recover. Do you partake in swimming for exercise? I don't like swim laps or anything, but I like to go to the beach, or I like to go to the pool, or Barton Springs or whatever. I fuck around, you know. We have in the summers when everybody's in town, we haven't all been in town at the same time, but you know, we have like a kind of a standing weekend swimming date at Gavin's, so we all kind of get together and swim. But I wouldn't say we're getting a lot of activity. I bet it'd be the best thing in the world for you, Malignant. Maybe this weekend you can make a point to go swimming somewhere. This game's on the platform of Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. I don't know if it's on Nintendo. It's my favorite game in the world. It was taken over Peggle, Fable, Viva Pinata. Yeah. Yeah. SnowRunner. Sand pool out in New Braunfels. Does Gavin still have the broken mirror? I think. You know, that came up recently in an episode. Maybe that isn't out yet. So I don't want to say anything to spoil it, but it is discussed, I believe. Your sister has a neighborhood pool. Pretty solid. I moved in when I first moved to Austin. Well, when I first moved to Austin, it was a different time back then. I moved to Austin in a U-Haul truck. Just put all my shit in the back of a U-Haul and pulled my truck behind it on like one of those little half trailers where the back tires hang off. Moved to Austin and just got to town. It was pretty early internet. This would have been 98, 97, 98, yeah. I think I had printed out a list of apartment complexes that had listed vacancies. And then when I got to Austin, I didn't know what part of town I wanted to live in. I didn't know where I wanted to work or anything. I just drove down over 48 hours or 24 hours or whatever, and from New Jersey. And so when I got here, this was my first wife, obviously, I just went to the first apartment complex that I had printed out, which happened to be in South Austin. And what is going on? How did I get wrapped around this tree? I can pull it down, though. You did this to yourself, tree. Both of you. God, it's fucking brutal. Just brutal. Just destroying the environment. Anyway, so I get to, let's say I get to Austin at noon on a Tuesday. I just went to the first apartment complex that I had printed out, and I said, can I move in today if I pay the deposit? And they were like, yeah, I guess so. And I just moved in that day. I was like 6 p.m. I was living in my new apartment with all my shit around me. I didn't have a lot of shit back then, you know. I feel like that would not work in 2025. Hello, Bucky. That tree was asking for it. No, I don't ever watch... I don't watch video game content, honestly. I'm one of those like self-hating gamers where I make content in video games, but I don't watch video game content. I do watch... that's not entirely true. I went through a phase... I kind of got out of it, but I went through a phase for about maybe 2 months there, earlier this summer, where I was just obsessed with watching Minecraft speedruns. People just beating Minecraft in 15 minutes, and I watched hundreds of hours of that. So I guess that's a lie to say I don't watch video game content, but I don't watch much. Those Minecraft speedrunners are a fucking different breed, though. That's something else. Since Bernie is back and restarting some of the Rooster Teeth, will you participate in the recreation of some stuff that that will be done, or would you just pop in at some point in the future with it? Also, go Jeff. I don't know what he's making, so it's hard to say yes or no. I love playing Griff, you know. I was always into that dude, but I don't really know what that would be. You know, it's hard to say yes. I'll step in and participate in in whatever the content will be, because I genuinely don't know. You guys probably know more than I do. I do see Bernie, you know, regularly, but we don't talk about work a lot. We usually just, you know, catch up on life and stuff. So it's much more of like, how is the family? What, you know, how's your day to day? That kind of thing. But I would tend to say probably not. Pretty busy and happy with regulation. Matter of fact, I was just planning my day out today, and I got so excited because I have so much to do. I'm going to go, at some point today, I got to go to Home Depot and buy a bunch of spray paint, because I'm going to go to the office and spray paint the bit barrel. I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to be at the office, and I'm excited to get to do some physical prop work, you know? I don't think anybody else will be around, so I'll have it to myself. I can listen to my music loud. Mom can't stop me. But I'll always pop in to say hi on whatever Bernie's doing. I've done 2 episodes of Morning Somewhere already. I'm sure if he continues that show, I'll do it again at some point. But as for the Rooster Teeth of it all, I don't really know what Bernie bringing Rooster Teeth back means in the grand scheme of things. I don't think it's going to be what it was. And I think that people are setting themselves up for disappointment if they think it is. And I think Bernie's... What I have seen is that I feel like he's been pretty clear about that. And so... I hope people don't do that, you know. This game is so distracting. I get like halfway through a sentence and then it takes my focus away. You know, at the end of the day, Rooster Teeth was like a second kid to me. Still is. I love it desperately, and I always will. But the thing that I loved the most about it, you know, there are 2 elements of it. One with the people. There's nothing I can do about that. And the other thing was the the satisfaction I got from creating. You know, at the end of the day, Rooster Teeth was just the name of the entity that I was a part of that allowed me to be creative. It allowed all of us to be creative, not just me. It was a beautiful organization that allowed so many people to test their creative wings and to learn to fly and soar in many different directions. So much talent has come through Rooster Teeth. And hopefully that'll be its ultimate legacy. Well, I mean, it's hard to say legacy because Bernie's continuing it, and who knows what it had, you know, exciting times lie ahead. But at least the 20-ish, 21-ish years of Rooster Teeth that I was a part of, that I helped create, I hope the legacy will just be all of the talented people that it helped find their voice over the years, you know. But that was genuinely most of it for me, was the joy of getting to wake up and create content for you all every day and make a living out of it. And I am so incredibly blessed to be able to do that with regulation, that I feel like I get up and go to work in much the same way I did at Rooster Teeth. So my day-to-day feels largely the same as it was. I just have a different, smaller office, and I get to hang out at home more. But so the pull to go anywhere isn't strong, because I'm completely fulfilled here, you know. Shaped an insane number of childhoods with your content. Ah, that's very sweet of you to say. I don't know that I'll ever wrap my head around that. Plus, I get to work with Pan. Yeah, and it's like that's the other thing too. It's like I'm fortunate enough that I get to work with my best friends in the world. You know, some of my best friends in the world. Obviously, I'm not working with Gus and Bernie anymore. But I was also lucky enough. Well, I guess Gus and I have Good Morning Gustavo, so I guess we do have a thing together. But I was lucky enough to be able to work with my best friends, Bernie, Matt, and Gus, for 20 years. Like, not many people get. Let's look at where this is. Okay, not many people get that kind of luck. You know, getting to work with your best friend at all. I worked with my best friend in high school at a fried chicken restaurant for, he made it like 3 weeks before he got fired, and it was probably good that he did, because we were irresponsible and children, and you shouldn't get to work with your best friends in that way, because you're not equipped to work. It just turns into fun, you know. And so you just fuck around all day long. And so I got to live that life for like 20 years with my best friends, those best friends. And so I'm, you know, just excited to get to do it again with these friends. If regulation never became a thing, I honestly do not know what I would do. Same. I probably would, well, I had ideas, but none of it would be as fun as this, let me tell you. The place that I wasn't allowed to serve customers. Yeah, I was off-putting to the customers. They found, they were, yeah. I was a little acerbic and sarcastic back then, and I had a lot to learn about life. You know, I just would do anything to make myself laugh, and I didn't give a fuck about anyone else. And that was a very silly, funny, but ultimately selfish and childish time in my life. And I'm glad I've matured. Am I closer to this? It's still not going to matter. Let me just... I know there's a duplication glitch that would make all of this much, much easier. I just don't want to use it right now. I just don't want to cheat. I'm having fun doing it the way the game wants me to. I am an active Cory Rad asshole. Stumbled across the stream. We hung out a couple times about 10 years ago with Matt Bragg and some other people. What a lifetime ago. What's up? Good to see you. I think they fixed the duplication glitch. Yeah, I mean, they might have. There's some kind of... There might be a new one with 2 specific dump trucks. I think this one, but I don't know. I was watching your history in Printing the Law last night, and my God, what Printing the Law is... people seem to think is their best... one of the best episodes. Did I enjoy traveling all over to... I loved every second of it. All of it. I mean, I didn't like meetings, you know. I didn't like... I shouldn't say I loved every... There was all kinds of shit I didn't like. It was a job, but, you know. It was all worth it. Have you tried using the mobile scalper to make your own Cory? I haven't unlocked it yet. Like, I think that's a mechanic that gets unlocked on this map. Because I keep seeing people on the subreddit showing scalper locations or Cory locations to scalp. but I just don't have access to it yet. So I'm waiting for the game to reveal it to me. I'm like 34% of the way through this map and taking my time. Like, what I'm doing today is ultimately pointless. I'm just having fun building a long road. You know what I mean? So it's probably like I'll probably unlock it in like 4 missions. I don't know if there's an update on Gavin's snake, but there is an update on the squirrels in maybe 63. Good to see you, Gia. Yeah, I guess I play the game 2 different ways. Last night I was mission focused. So last night I was just there's this mission to help a guy build a private dam by delivering 20 logs, which is a lot to deliver log-wise. It's kind of annoying. I did that last night. I did a bunch of delivery missions, and then the other way to play it is just to sandbox it and just have fun building, and that's kind of what I feel like this morning. I was productive last night, so I can fuck around today. Come grind all these stumps out of the way, too. No rare occurrences yet. Trivago, I haven't seen a Trivago ad in like 10 years. Is that still a thing? I think our first Roadcraft Let's Play or regulation gameplay comes out this week too. Maybe Saturday? I think. Thursday or Saturday? Our 2 big gameplay videos this week are Sea of Thieves 1 and Roadcraft 1, both of which are games/series I hope we continue with. I'm personally very invested in. Yep. God, I wish I could control how fucking touchy it is a little bit better. Or control the rate of pour better. That worked out okay. That could have been worse. Two things, Jeff. Me and my friends still exchange a Tower of Pimps if we win a certain challenge. Oh, that's awesome. I wonder whatever happened to that thing. And I used to do that in the start of my classes when I was in college. Second with the Moonball. When we were buying shit for the office at Target all together, which is a video we filmed. I don't know if it'll ever come out. I don't know if it was any good, but we just filmed ourselves like unboxing our first Target trip. And when we were at Target, there was a knockoff Moonball, so I bought it. I thought it was really funny that the life cycle that the Moonball has had, that it was such an innocuous little thing that a fan sent in one day to Awu, and then 10 years later, after an official partnership with the company and yada, 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 I'm seeing knockoff. It became so popular that they're selling knockoff versions of it at Target in the dollar aisle. Lunar Sphere, that might be it. Something like that. It's at the office somewhere. That's how you know you've made it, when they're selling knockoffs of your shit. Peak was fun. Need to play with Andrew. I agree. I'd love to have Andrew replace me in Peak. That's not my kind of game. Yeah, he got outvoted on the Moonball. That's fine. It's a democracy. There's the dam I helped this dude build last night. Looks like shit, doesn't it? But it gets the job done, I guess. Any of the new recovery vehicle? Oh, what am I looking at? Where'd that go? Oh, no, I haven't looked in the store, in the shop yet since the DLC. I was out of town when all that dropped and the hot fix dropped and all that, but so I'm just getting into it. But I'll check the store next time I fill up this guy, see what's in there. I did just hit level 14, I think, so I probably have unlocked new vehicles. Anyway, I got a little bit of cash to spend, not a ton. I still haven't seen the Tony Hawk video. It's been described to me a bunch, but I haven't actually physically seen it. I need to watch it. I hear it's bad, though. You know, I feel like I'd do so much better than them, but they probably played it as much as I did, so if they're that bad, I don't know why I would assume I'd be any better. What was the deal? Did they just forget how to play? They forget how to combo? Stop. Thank you. Pissing me off. Finished last night, stayed up late playing this, and I just couldn't stop watching Ludwig. I picked it up again as soon as I got home. I watched one episode of Death Valley yesterday, which is still a really good show, but Ludwig really grabbed me. It's the overarching story, I think, that sucks you in there, and ended up not meaning to, but finishing season 1 last night. What a great show. If you guys have Britbox or are British, I can't recommend it enough. Is that good? Yeah. Good enough. I feel like I can take that out a little bit. We'll see. Maybe just a tad. Is it going to work for me? Shit. I didn't consider that this wouldn't be able to handle this side yet. I don't want to drive this guy all the way over here again. This better fucking catch ground. There we go. Get up there. Get up. Get up in the safe ground. All right. I wish I could back out a little bit. If you just no. Oh. There. It's pours so fast. Okay. Damn it. I did not get as much, I didn't get that spread as well as I wanted to. Oh well, back to the store with you. Or the base, rather. I would recommend the cleaner on Britbox. Okay. Oh, it's got Greg Davies in it? That's cool. I like Greg Davies. Not Ludwig the streamer. No, a dude that's a puzzle master whose twin brother is a cop who goes missing, and he has to impersonate his brother to find him. Okay. Oh, this is what we're talking about, right? Mobile scalper. So how does it work? Bought SnowRunner after it was played on Fuckface and it's just about 4 and 30 hours into it. Watching the Regulation Boys play it now causes me severe mental anguish. Once you get good at that game, it's very hard to watch other people be bad at it. It's also hard to play with people that are bad at it because it makes you be bad at it. This is the thing, right? Yeah, I'm gonna buy this. Sound a little stuffy? I think it's just because I just woke up. Well, Texas is a allergy heavy town too. Okay. What else do we have? Texas isn't a town. I recognize that. What do we have here? Log forwarder. Log forwarder. Wow. No, thank you. Scout, I don't need. Scout, I don't need. Heavy mobile crane, I don't need. New dump trucks. Cargo grab crane truck. Okay. What was that? And then this little, it's like a little baby dump truck? Dump tipper? 5T sand capacity? What is this guy? 20T. Okay. What the fuck I would do with a SAR truck? Log grabber loader. What's this tree harvester all about? Oh, that looks nice. That's way nicer than the one I'm using. New asphalt paver. New oh, look at that stump. Oh, wow. What asphalt paver do I have? I just have this one. What's the difference? 2232 4.9 3222 32436. Oh, much wider paving width. Look at that. Dang. That's cool. Should we learn how to use this fucking thing now that we have it? Super random, but a good show I'd recommend is Mr. In Between, Australian show about a moral hitman. Okay. You are driving a mobile scalper. It can be activated when on top of a sand surface. When activated, it becomes a stationary quarry with a refill radius that can be seen on the map. So I need to find a spot on the map to sit on top of. I bet that's easier said than done. I bet that's a... Well, it's a sand quarry. It's already... I guess I'll just drive them around and see if anything pops up. Actually, let me catch them on track. Hey, Brayley. Just recently decided to look you up after parting of the company and such. And I found parting of the company is such a nice way to say we all got laid off. HC together, literally, like, yeah. Is it okay to ask if you guys have plans for that again? To go into Achievement City again? No, we don't. No plans. That was just a one-off thing. I mean, never say never, but we're... that was mostly just... I think we discussed it in the video, but I just happened to find the file and thought, oh yeah, I bet it would be I bet we could get into it. But I wouldn't expect us to be making videos in Minecraft or anything. I think those days are probably behind us. We're pretty happy doing what we're doing in regulation. Which, by the way, if you are just catching up on what we've been up to, thank you so much for watching that Achievement Hunter video, or the revisiting Minecraft video. Maybe check out the Regulation podcast, which is the main thing Gavin and I do. It was called Fuckface when we were at Rooster Teeth. We did about 200 episodes, and then when Rooster Teeth went under, we bought the property and kept going under a new name. And we're 60-ish episodes in, 62 episodes in, I want to say, plus a gameplay channel and all kinds of supplementals, drafts, and live action videos and stuff. It's like a 2025 version of Achievement Hunter, I guess you could say. But like way better in every way. So how does this work? Unable to activate, please on a sand surface to activate quarry function. Okay. Yeah, I figure that I'm not going to find where I need right here, but that's okay. Coffee's good. It's gone. I wish I had more. Like, I think I should just pull off here because I'm not going to find... Right? I assume it's going to have to be a pretty solid amount of dirt. I'm not seeing anything along here until I get to the fucking sand pit. That would probably work, right? But that's already a... It's already a... What locations would this fucker be useful, even? Are there any? There? Hey, what's up, Anthony? Thanks for the sub. Feel ancient? Yeah, tell me about it. Well, I don't know where to use this bad boy. I don't know if there's... What's going to constitute a source of sand, you know? Enough sand to build a mobile quarry. It's unfortunate. I would like to use it. The scalper is so annoying to find a spot. Even in the desert, it was sometimes annoying to find sand. Well, great. Thank you for that, but that's disappointing. It makes me wish I hadn't bought it now. You think if I drive it down here, like, the dirt is going to count? I don't think it will. Right? Like, there's no way. No, not down here. I mean, over here. I mean, it is dirt, but it's dirt I put there. Yeah, like, down here is not... It's just... There's no way. I know. I wanted to do the charcuterie draft too, but nobody else seemed into it. Or build the perfect charcuterie board. I think they're just not refined enough, Mark. At the end of the day, is what it boils down to. We did a regulation trail mix once. Maybe they just thought that was too similar to that. Although I don't know why it would be. What's up, Crimson Shade? Yeah, I'll look up a map of scalpable locations on Deluge. Is that the name of this map? I'm not sure. Philistines and Plebeians, yeah. It's been the lament of my career, Mark. I don't know that... It's gonna sound rude. I'm not gonna say it. Regulation summer barbecue would be cool. That's a cool idea. That is a good idea. We'd have to rent a place to do it. We'd dox ourselves. otherwise. Thanks, Carlos. Good to have you. Hello, Dan. Thank you for the sub. You guys should make pizza again. Well, we lost access to the pizza oven when I sold my house. I used to have a pizza oven at my old house before I sold it, and so for those of you that weren't around, we had a whole period of content that was tied to that pizza oven and making regulation pizzas. And Gavin made a pizza that was an affront to God called the Plowman's Pizza. Video's up, though. You can go watch it. It's on the podcast channel on YouTube. Do I like brisket or pulled pork better? They're very different things, you know? Brisket is king in Austin. It is what puts Texas and keeps Texas barbecue on the map. Brisket is the pinnacle of the mountain, as it were. But bad brisket is inedible to me now. I've become a brisket snob, and it is much easier to find decent pulled pork than it is to find decent brisket. So I think pulled pork's more versatile. Thanks for the sub, Booty Bandito. Oh, fuck, I gotta get you back over there. You did not handle that well last time. I'm also using the rusty version because I couldn't be bothered to drive over the good one. Fuck me. Let's just do it. You know what they say, the only way out is through. Ah, we're just fine. We're gonna be just fine. Look at this dog shit mud. I've decided that the big difference between and maybe this is well known, I've just personally realized it today, because you start the game with these rusty versions of everything, and then you can buy nicer versions eventually, which you do, and they are like, they seem marginally better, like maybe a little faster, better turning radius, longer whatever, you know, wider whatever, slightly, but I think the big thing is that they don't bellow black smoke constantly, so you can't see shit. That's what I finally realized today with playing this. Dick, head, get over. Thank you. God damn. It's just going to be a nightmare up there, too. I'm building too many roads in this map on my own. I know I'm going to get bit by the thing that bites everybody in this game that gets adventurous with roads, where I'm going to have to build a road over... The game's going to give me a mission to build a road over a place that I already built a road, and I'm going to have to partially tear up or fuck up one of my personal roads to complete a mission. But I don't care. All right. Do you ever link with Michael and Lindsay or Jack? I don't know what link means. I'm getting lunch with Jack next week. I saw Michael 2 weekends ago. We hung out at the Homebrew Austin event where 100% Eat and Clutch My Pearls performed. Hard to fuck up pulled pork. I agree, Mark. Hard to fuck up pulled pork. Have you ever had Green Street smoked meats in Chicago? Can't say that I have. Chopped cheese or BLT? Once again, very different. I probably BLT because I think it's more, I don't know, versatile. Chopped cheese, I'm gonna take a nap after I ate one of those, but there was a place we used to get chopped cheese in Austin that closed that was really great. Bagel. I lived in New Jersey long enough to get a taste for real bagels. Hard to fuck up a bit. I watched the Home Run Derby, and then what did I do instead of watch the All-Star game? I watched like 2 innings of it. It was 2-0, 2-0 when I quit watching. Ended up tying 6-6 and going to like a home run off, I guess. Fucking wild. I was a little annoyed that I didn't end up watching it, but I was doing something with Emily. We were watching I can't remember. We were watching something. All right, what are we looking at here? I definitely want to fuck with that a little bit. Let's get you out of the way, buddy. Definitely want to plop a little bit there. Should be clear, clear, clear. I already cleared most of this out. I'll strengthen this wall up. Come this way seems fine. This will be a whole lot of work right here. Yeah, we'll just do the long way. I think this sucks a little bit. This sucks right here. Fine. Sucks. Fine. By this point, we're pulling from over there. And then I wonder... I don't want to come in from that side. Doesn't look like. So we'll just... Easy peasy. This is so pointless. This is so absolutely pointless. The menus annoy me sometimes. Okay. Let's get to our dump truck. What's the name of my wife's podcast? It is called Clutch My Pearls. And it's available where all podcasts are available. And I recommend it with full-throated enthusiasm. It is genuinely one of the funniest podcasts. Those girls have amazing chemistry. Emily and Vanessa have been best friends for, as long as Gavin and I have been best friends. And so they have that. And then Barbara is just like the perfect addition to that little triangle of comedy. I think that they are way better than they realize. Any chance of getting a Let's Play in the newly re-released Backyard Baseball 2001? I wouldn't think so. No, it's not on our radar, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, there's their link tree right there. Check it out. Hey, what's up, Mango Fett? Any plans to write more smut after the success of the first story? Actually, yes. It is on the back burner because there are a million things to do ahead of it, including, I'm going to go today. My ultimate goal today, after I stream with y'all for another hour or so, is run a bunch of errands, right? But to end up at the office to spray paint the bit barrel. And once I have the bit barrel finished, then we can start filling it with bits, of which is what I'm getting at. There are so fucking many ideas and bits. I was just looking at my notes from regulation, like current notes from regulation while I was in Michigan, just kind of organizing them, and there's like 15 ideas for videos we came up within like the last 2 weeks to add. That there's just so many fucking ideas, and they come so fast and so furious that I don't know when I'll have the time to write the sequel or the full treatment to the amuse-bouche that was Celestial Glorbosus, but I will get to it. I have Gavin and I will get to it. We have a rough outline of what the actual story is, and so I would love to turn it into a 150, 200 page novel at some point. The process of getting the book published, man, it was super easy. I just Googled self-publish book Amazon, and it showed me the, like, I don't know, Amazon storefront to sign up at. And then I just, at some point, uploaded a PDF or a text file or something, I believe, and that was pretty much it. Then you just fill out some tax forms, and you're on your way. Is that still too far to go over to get sand? Why is this sand pit so small? Feels like it should be bigger. It's not far. It's not far at all. I've seen too little cosplays of the book's characters. They're so vividly described. Soon you're referring to Gerthel Wienerslave. I believe that was his name. Oh, they're keeping you banned, huh? Oh, that's rough business, man. Well, what are you going to do? I've never been to Gen Con. It was one I always intended to go to, but just for whatever reason, it never worked out. Rooster Teeth went to Gen Con a few times, but I was just never among the people that did. I hear it's a good convention, though. Although, my convention days are definitely behind me. Hey. Come to Gen Con. No. I'm not going to do that. I did so fucking many conventions over 22 years of Rooster Teeth. Hundreds of conventions. I am happy to be past that phase of my life. Never say never, If they want to offer me $500,000 to go to Comic-Con like they did Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'd figure out a way to come to terms with it, but I just don't think that's going to happen. As much as we'd all like it to happen for me, I'm sure. So I think I'm going to stay convention retired. I feel like the convention work, like the 20-ish years of going to 2 to 25 conventions a year, especially in those early days when we were going every other weekend. I feel like that was all the work, the hard work I did to get to the point where I can play Roadcraft in my spare bedroom and drink coffee and call it a career with and hang out with you guys, Like, this is the reward for all of those years of conventions I went to. I mean, as a person or a guest, I wouldn't want to go I'm not a convention kind of guy. What'd be the minimum you'd take for a convention? I would be mad if you started a GoFundMe. I wouldn't want you guys to pay for that. I wouldn't want you guys to waste your money on that. I don't know. It just depends. It's kind of a moot point because nobody's calling me up to offer me convention money, you know. So I don't have to make any difficult decisions because nobody's offering them to me. Get a Let's Play with Millie? Never say never. I wouldn't be opposed to it. She stopped by. Actually, she stopped by on the stream yesterday because she had just gotten home from being she was out of town for a couple weeks with her boyfriend. And so she literally got home from the airport yesterday and stopped in the stream and said hi. But before that, she was on the birthday stream. She and Emily both hung out. I would never say never, you know. It'd have to be something Millie was interested in doing. And Millie is a almost 20-year-old art school student with a million friends and obsession with photography. And I think that playing video games with me on a stream is probably pretty low on the list of cool things that a cool young lady like her could spend her time doing, you know. Get these rocks out of the way a little bit. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't do this. That wasn't ideal. Because of this game, would I consider going to a construction convention? Yes. I will say yes to that. Why not? Why wouldn't I? Yeah, absolutely. I get excited driving down the interstate every time I see a piece of equipment that I recognize from this game. And then Emily laughs at me because I go like, I see you guys. I've been there. Stay strong. And it delights her. So yeah, fuck it. Why wouldn't I? Alright, it's going to have to be all this then. This is where it's... So it's easy this way around. That's not a problem. I think right here, right? Start building this up. Regulation forklift. It seems like something Supreme would do. Slap a Supreme logo on a forklift and sell it for 30% over market value. We have more patches on the way. A regulation board for storing the patches. That's interesting. That's interesting. Let's think about what that would look like. Yeah, we have more patches on the way. We have a 3-pack coming out probably in August. Maybe September. Maybe a little later than that. August 1st is when the new Gurpler's coming out, I believe. Yeah, I think we said that. God, I just got scared I got in trouble. I said something I wasn't supposed to say. But I think... Oh. Anyway, we will have new patches out. 3 new patches out. And we are in the process of proofing a 4th patch. So there will be at least 4 additional patches coming out in the next few months. Yeah, this is an all new Gurp. On Friday, we're going to do a Gurpler reveal on the live stream. Gavin made a little video, and we're going to show it off to reveal the next Gurp. I think you all will hopefully enjoy it. The fuck is this about? What are you getting stuck here for? Alright, this is gonna be a lot of dirt. Not a problem. Did a shipment of the first garplers ever stick around for more than 5 minutes? No. No, but we bought it. We're buying a bunch this time, so hopefully it's enough. We definitely bought more at once than we've ever bought before, so. Really? You can do this shit? Can't. Let's see what kind of smoothing work we can do on this to make it worth a damn. Alright, this is all solid. Don't have to worry about any of this. This is good. Yeah, we're good here, good here, good here, good. Man, this motherfucker's hard to drive straight. Good here, good here, good here, good. I can fuck around there a little bit. And then come into you. Just need. It's great from this angle. It really is. Okay. I know what I'm doing. Jack maintains via text that he never said the word exotic, but he did. We were fighting about it yesterday. Oh, you guys talking about pre-orders? Yeah, we're no, thank you. Staying away from pre-orders. They were a nightmare, logistically. It's just a recipe to disappoint people. I think that might. No, I want to put a little bit over here too. I'm not gonna be a perfectionist about it, but I think we do a little bit more. That's good though. Like for a quick little patch job, that's not bad. Just want to. Yeah, there you go. Where it washes out there, I'm gonna strengthen. Apparently I need to fix that hole. Jesus Christ. Can we get another Jersey run? Potentially, yeah. Potentially. I could see a Jersey in the future. We got, you know, we can only handle and focus on so much at once. So when we make something, it's got to be kind of the moment and important, unless it's like the Gerpler, which is just a, you know, an evergreen thing that we release as we can. So we've already put a lot of effort and work into the popcorn bucket, which we are currently trying to decide if we're going to sell or not based on audience feedback. So, and it's been mixed. So I'm not sure. It hasn't been like 100% yes though, by any stretch. So we're trying to figure out, or not yet. I'll collect more data from you all, and then next week we'll sit down and figure out if we're going to make the popcorn bucket or not, kind of based on the general vibe of everybody, and then if so, how much. But then after that, we're also in the process of getting the coin made so that we can do the coin flip challenge thing. We want to do it with our own coin. And so we're focusing a lot of our money and time and effort on that, getting a coin pressed. So it's like a jersey would be cool, but it's not really of the content right now, and so it makes it a little harder to devote time to that kind of stuff at the size we are. Ooh, thanks for the subs, Johan. Holy shit, that's awesome. You're the best. Did you go to Bernie's guy for the? I don't know who he used for the coin. Whoever he used was would have been whatever the Rooster Teeth vendor was, that our ecom department used. And I don't remember. I don't know who that was. We're just going with our new partner. Has a relationship with somebody. Heads and tails socks. All right. This is definitely not the way you want to pour sand, but for this reason specifically. Get this flattened and then check out the chat again. Oh, dinosaurs. Thank you. Bernie's a big coin guy, yeah. The butthole is tails. Yeah, I've been in my head. I've just been calling it Ian's and assholes, heads and tails. But nearly threw wrenches yesterday. Uh-oh. I don't like how ruddy these roads are right here. I'm definitely gonna fuck with this. It doesn't make it alright. Been on a stiff little fingers kick lately for some reason. Listening to a shit ton of them. And the delivery driver's paving new roads. He's like, yeah, lady, I'm paving as fast as I can here. Did I flatten that out already? I guess I did. Did I? I can't tell. I'm gonna have to come back and fuck with that. Doesn't. Maybe it does. Maybe I didn't. Doesn't look like maybe I did. All right, I'm gonna flatten this out though, and then chat with y'all for a second. This is so fucking satisfying. This is so slow and tedious in all the right ways. Just feels like progress. It's the fucking best, this game. I think I might, if and when I ever get sick of this game. I mean, I got a million other games to play, but the more you guys recommend it to me, and believe me, you guys recommend it to me constantly, the more I look at it, I might try Death Stranding 2 after this. If it really is scratch a lot of these same itches, and people seem pretty convinced that it does. To dust off the old footrest PS5. Oh, you little... Maybe that's the big problem with these rusty ones, is they don't fucking handle worth a shit. Guy's a little monster to drive. My husband skipped all the trucks on screen and went straight to, I wonder what his puzzle is. The puzzle is... is a Mondegreen Codex by Benjamin Steyer. So... get up in there, it gets like fucking, it gets kind of annoying with all the prism shit. I haven't even started working on the prism yet. I'm just working on the outsides and top outsides in. Do you like Canada? That's an interesting question. Of course. Canada's great. I think Montreal is one of the coolest places I've ever been. And Toronto and Vancouver are fine. Got no issue with them. Where do I get my puzzles from? It just depends. I get a lot of like, it's become the gift that people give me, like in my family and my friends for birthdays and Christmas and stuff. So a lot of the puzzles I get just are gifted to me from people. But my personal favorite is a company called Pomegranate. They make the best physical puzzles. Like, they're just incredibly satisfying to put together and well made, and they're all based on famous art, you know. So you can put together Gustav's cat or whatever. So I appreciate that. That one I think I bought at a museum, like a modern art museum or something. So it's like a exit through the gift shop style art puzzle. It just looked like it was going to be challenging and a bit annoying, and that's kind of my vibe. So, whoa, Broken Death wanted to collaborate on GTA 4. Missed that. Wait, I'm well beyond where I need to be. Have I played Blueprints? Yeah, I streamed it for a while. It's a great game. Absolutely great game. I got you into Pomegranate? Oh, awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really do think they are the best puzzles. At least that I've encountered. I love museums. I do. My favorite museum, not that anybody asked. I have 2 favorite museums. Not that anybody asked. But I do have them. The Tate Modern in England, in London, is my all-time favorite museum. And I go there every chance I get when I go to London. I didn't get to go this last time, but I went to it. I just didn't go in it. I went and hung out outside it. Love the Tate Modern, and then I love the San Francisco MoMA. I don't know why. It's just the photography exhibits in the San Francisco MoMA every time I go there, I'm just continually blown away by. So I always try to visit there when I go to San Francisco, although it's been a minute since I've been there. I haven't played the Altars, but I think we did a video in it. Not me, but others of Regulation did a video in it, maybe. Did I say the MoMA in Seattle or San Francisco? I meant to say San Francisco. I don't know if I said Seattle. I don't trust myself anymore. You know who else has a good museum? Cleveland. They have a good natural history museum. But yeah, I'm a sucker for a museum. Pomegranate's great. God, I should become some sort of a pomegranate influencer, and I can get some sort of a commission for getting people to buy pomegranate puzzles. There's a bee museum in Rhodes, Greece. Oh, man. I didn't go to Rhodes when I was in Greece. I wish I did. There's so much to see. So much to see there. Well, that's way better. Cosmic Crisp is going to be pissed. I do like pomegranate the fruit, too. Tampa has great museums. Interesting. What do I get texts about? Nothing. I'm on some cereal today. I am excited after this podcast. After this stream, I'm going to eat some Fruity Pebbles, I believe is what I have. Working up an appetite, all this Roadcraft thing. I kind of want to get maybe past this. Maybe past this. Maybe finish. I don't know if finish this road, but maybe get past this water hazard, huh? That seems doable. Was it 9 in the morning? These early morning streams, man, they are quickly becoming my favorite shit. Forever my love. Destroy the roof of your mouth? Yeah. It's worth it, though. You don't want one of the top 5 cereals? Those aren't my top 5 cereals. I felt so dumb not getting Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I thought about it for... The problem is I have a Cinnamon Toast Crunch blind spot because I don't like it, and I think it's overrated. That it always surprises me when people are so into it. But people, I should have recognized, people are into that cereal. I was mad at myself for a couple days after that. Honeycomb's good. Pops is good. I'm down with both of those. I don't think I've had honeycomb in a long time. People fucking love it. I was surprised. I think it was just like brand recognition with Frosted Flakes more than anything, you know? Or people are just... You know what? I just don't think people are cereal adventurous. I think people just go with what their parents told them they could eat, you know? They don't branch out on their own and try to broaden their cereal horizons enough. I think it's a problem. All right. Okay. Good morning, Gold Standard 46. Captain Crunch, Reese's Puffs. I've never had those. Honey Nut, Frosted Flakes, Honeycomb. Frosted Flakes are another one that's like, they're fine. I got no issue with Frosted Flakes, but I wouldn't get out of bed for them, you know? Thanks to the sub, Brief Relief. You wish every game was as good as this? Oh my god. Could you imagine? You wouldn't be able to function. You'd be so addicted to gaming. I mean, I'm sure we already all are now, but imagine if every game was this good. We'd die in front of our screens. This game is the ultimate just one more truckload game for me. I still haven't fully gotten the Truck Boys into it yet, too. They're still not sold on it, I don't think. They haven't been playing it single player like I have, which is a shame. But I also haven't been able to play late night games with them. They're really into Warzone Plunder right now, which I have respect for. I love playing Warzone, but I just cannot. This game has a hold of me. Minecraft Frosted Flakes I've not heard of. That sounds interesting. Man, I really don't need to do this road. It's not even the road I'm going on. It's just the delivery road, but I kind of feel like I should. Especially now that I dumped this dirt right here. American Truck Simulator. I think I've played it. I don't like the games that are like... The thing that's nice about this game is that it still has a sandbox and arcade-ish element to it. Like it's a little more accessible than SnowRunner, but even SnowRunner and how punishingly difficult it can be, it still feels a little arcadey. It still feels like you're driving around in GTA, you know? Farm Simulator, Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, all those games are just... They, you know, they're what they say they are. They're simulators. And I don't know. I like some of the goofy video game-ish elements of a game like Roadcraft or SnowRunner that aren't present in simulators. Cookie Crisp is good, yeah. Kid wakes up at 4 a.m. simulator. This is a relaxing and stressful game in all the right ways. I'm gonna fucking do it, aren't I? I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna do both roads. Woo woo. How's that too far away? It's right there. Okay. Let's make some road. Too tall. Okay. Pretty nice. It's amazing how this can all be done solo. Oh yeah, I know, right? It's SnowRunner is such a difficult game in single player. I mean, it's a difficult game, but in single player, it's like you fucking single player SnowRunner is just like traveling across the entire map to unstick your vehicle, and then traveling across the entire map again to get that vehicle unstuck that got stuck on the way, to get your vehicle unstuck over and over and over again. Roads, they get discolored by rain, and where there's areas where there's runoff, you can see like what looks like where water would begin to erode in, you know, like darker rivulets across dirt roads, but I don't think they actually do. No, I think it's just cosmetic, at least in my experience. Also, you can, you know, I'm building a pretty nice dirt road here, don't get me wrong, but I'm only doing half the job here. I can also pave all this and make paved roads. It just, that would be ridiculous. Roads are definitely harder to traverse during the rain, but only trucks can deform the roads over time. There you go. Yeah, you can definitely gouge out ruts and shit. That's annoying. You definitely pave the important roads. Thanks for the sub. I am Diggles. SnowRunner is a lot more rage-inducing than Roadcraft, for sure. Roadcraft is like the chill vibes version of SnowRunner. But it's also just like, the thing that's so frustrating about SnowRunner to me is just want to be able to fix some of the roads. Like, I'm carrying the supplies required to fix the roads and improve them, but the game won't let me, you know? And anytime you do put the work into trying to repair a road in some way by trying to terraform it to the best of your ability, it just resets when you close the game down anyway. This, just the ability to genuinely affect the terrain and the environment So appreciated. Do it this way. Not bad. Not bad, poor. Oh, I just realized later today when I'm painting the bit barrel, I'll have to let it dry, which means I'll get to play this at the office while I'm letting it dry. Nice. Just bought myself some more Roadcraft for the day. It looked like a leaf just zoomed by me like it was a fucking rocket. That was wild. Okay, so... how's that looking? Is that good? No, we can hit that again, huh? Yeah. Starting here. That's better. Like that. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful road. Now we're going to do this one. We really don't need to do. I'm going to leave the place better than we found it, right? Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff to do in this game that I'm ignoring right now. Laying down power lines is a big thing. Delivering is still a big thing. Like, you still do delivery missions. You also command the AI. You create routes to send the AI on delivery missions. You also fix broken pipes a lot. That's a cool shot. Look at that. Such a beautiful game. Do you still watch SNL? Man, I haven't watched SNL in a long time. I do not. This also makes you a comment leaver, absolutely. Oop, turn them away. Definitely gonna have to fuck around in there. Can you build a highway? I mean, not that it looks like a highway you drive on, but I could asphalt a lot of road in a direction if you want. All right, we're gonna... Why the fuck are you stuck here? All right. Really? Still too far? Right there. Okay. I really just wanted to get this guy across. We'll finish that later. So I'm getting sick of driving down this fucked up road. I want to fix this road to make it easier to get sand for the other road, which is pretty much done. So this is kind of extra pointless. It's my favorite kind of pointless. Oh, I know what I watched last night. I was sitting here bracking my brain trying to figure out what we were watching instead of the All-Star game. I started watching, or I didn't start watching, but I started back on, picked up UK Love Island where we left off. We were only like 5 episodes in when we stopped watching it to focus on US, and so that's what I did last night. I watched 2 episodes of Love Island UK. And I finally tried AP Bio. My wife started watching AP Bio, and I watched a couple episodes of that. It was not bad. I'm really late to the AP Bio game, I feel like. You watched the Perry Mason reboot? That was a great show. I thought he did great in the role. It's way better than the original Raymond Burr Perry Mason that I grew up with. No offense to Raymond Burr. I thought it was a cool fucking show. I watched both seasons and it got canceled, and I'm really bummed about it because it is such a cool show. You know what am I doing? Going past all the shit I'm supposed to be doing. How fucking easy is that? Thanks for the sub, Space Bandito. You got, yeah, it's heartbreaking that it got canceled. I love that, the era and the genre. Anything that's 1930s-esque LA noir is, that's my speed. On the way home from Michigan, we listened to a bunch of Raymond Chandler short stories that I'd never heard, including a really good one called The Goldfish that I thought was really fun. That I had just missed somehow. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I love the era. I love anything set in that time period. It was a great representation of it. Great cast, great supporting cast. Real bummer. I like that he went to jail. Spoiler. It's not LA Noire, but have you watched any of the Poirot series with David? No, I haven't. I do like Poirot, though. Like all Agatha Christie. That's another era I love. World War Z audiobook again. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I have read everything. I thought I had read everything Raymond Chandler and Dash Hammett had written. Read all of their novels, read all the Continental Op, obviously, Thin Man, all of everything. I'd even read what I thought were all of Chandler's short stories. I just started Wikipediaing because I didn't recognize the story of the goldfish when we were listening to it, and I thought I'd read everything of his, and realized that I had just missed via collections and like publishing rights. I had just missed a couple of collections of short stories that I didn't know existed, and so I have, I don't know, maybe like 8 or 9 Chandler stories now to read that I'd never read that I'm very excited about, because he's probably my favorite author when it's all said and done. Like, I love him and Hammett almost equally, but gun to my head, I probably would pick Chandler. Why am I going backwards? You know what? I should go backwards. That makes sense. Stephen King. Read a lot of Stephen King when I was growing up. I haven't read much since. No. Continental Op. Oh, he's the best. Red Harvest, such a good book. I just love how, I don't know, Philip Marlowe is, I love him because he's flawed and not the smartest guy in the world, and he realizes stuff 2 seconds too late, and he's always getting sapped on the back of the head because he was working harder than smarter, you know? He's kind of a bull in a china shop at times. He's really smart, don't get me wrong. And he always figures it out in the end. But I like that he's kind of a brute force guy, and it's a very different take on the protagonist, the detective protagonist, than the Continental Op, who is, you know, Sam Spade was similar, but the Continental Op is like a kind of a rotund, short, balding, unassuming guy who really just has to be fucking sharp. You know, he's not going to win any fights. He's not a tough guy in that regard, so he's just got to be fucking smart and shrewd and cold. And he's a really cool, complicated character, I feel like. But the thing I love about both of them is just how aware of their own faults they both are. I feel like we don't have enough protagonists in content now that are aware of their shortcomings, you know, and acknowledge them. But what do I know? I'm just an idiot. I'd say that's a little it's fine. What am I worried about? It's fine. Yeah, he's got to have CTE, right? I was thinking about that. We listened to like 3 short stories in a row on the trip, and he got hit in the head in every one of them. The dude has taken more concussions than a defensive lineman, you know? It's it can't have been good for his long-term health. Where should one start for Raymond Chandler? Oh, geez. Probably The Big Sleep. You can build ramps, sort of. You can kind of kludge it together. I have seen videos on YouTube of people building like little ramp courses and trying to jump stuff, and it's really fun and it's cute and it looks like a hell of a lot of work, and it doesn't really work that well. You know, if it worked a little bit better, I might be more inclined to try it, but I have seen people do their best, you know, make effort. All right. Here's where we're starting. Okay. It always snaps back. Okay, there we go. wonder where on the map my good one of these is. How fucking fun is this? Ugh, God. Never stops being fun. I'm gonna do this one in first person. Hold on. Yeah, get back to about... How far back do I need to go? Pretty far back. I guess this isn't really... Oh, that's satisfying. I should do more in first person. That's really nice. All right. All right. It's pretty fucking satisfying. Yeah. Not mad at that. All right. They added more wheel support in the last update I saw. Interiors are good looking. You aren't going to become one of those guys that your entire truck wheel... No, I don't think so. I don't like peripherals. Really does scratch the itch. Yeah, it absolutely does. Can I get some fucking sand, please? Thank you. All right. We're getting near the end of the stream, I think. As much fun as I'm having. Let's finish this task at hand and see where we are. Oh, I got a sweet vest on. Is the mule with the crane and the bucket the best vehicle? It's the most useful, I think. It's a little top heavy when you drive it, but... I did interrupt the regulation podcast. How dare I? I'm a big fan of that regulation podcast. Yeah, I like it. All right. You know what? Let's do this right. What is... okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. Would I be upset if someone jerked it in the new office? I guess it would depend on where they jerked it. But I don't guess so. I mean, it'd be better if they didn't, you know? Probably better if they didn't. There's cameras, and I tell you why I wouldn't recommend it. There are webcams in there pointed in all kinds of directions. And Andrew is a little robot that has an alarm set up so that anytime anybody comes into the office, it alerts Andrew that we're there, and he can spring into action as the robot. So I would imagine that the chances of you being seen jerking it in the office would be pretty fucking good. Probably not the best idea. At least that would be my initial thought. It's a good question, though. I hadn't considered it. Would I ever do a live stream with each member who's playing, putting up their own streaming perspective, kind of like when H played Repo? I don't know. Probably not. I don't know what purpose that would serve. We could just film that video not live and edit it way easier. You know? I don't think that that would make for a better product. So I don't think that we would do it that way. Let me fill this bad boy up with dirt just in case. But I may not need any more. It may be smooth sailing after this, honestly. Oof, it's a tight turn. There we go. But I'm using this guy as my daily driver right now for the purposes of this road, so I might as well roll out with a full load. Good deal, Dirt. It would definitely make a better live stream product, allowing the viewer whose perspective to watch or multicam watch. I guess. I think that the if it would make for a better product for people who wanted to go through all the extra hoops to do that, but that's a minority of a minority of our audience. Very few of our audience watch our live streams, and then those that do, I think it would be a subset of those that would go through the hassle of watching multicam streams, and mostly they would just, because I know they did it with the Reba thing, they would just wait for somebody to, I saw it over and over again, I'm just going to wait for somebody to edit the video together into one big video, and then I'll watch that Achievement Hunter style. And so I'd rather just make the video like that from the start, which is a much better product, you know what I mean? It would look better, it would be edited better in every way, and I think that that would be the wiser course of action. I think it's a thing that would be cool once, but I don't think it would make better content. It would be especially cool for those of people like, sounds like you, who would want to go through the extra effort, but I just don't think that, you know, we have to consider everybody. And you know what? At the end of the day, this is not how we want to do it. It's not how we want to make content. That doesn't appeal to us. And so I wouldn't want to do it just because of that. Just because for me, I'd rather do it right or not at all. Oh, no, I hear you. I am Merc. I love the audience engaging with us. That's why we have the Falcon events and really put a lot of focus into that, you know, whether it be doing movie watch-alongs or helping Andrew come up with helping Andrew come up with sports teams for the next season of Fuck Face Off season 2. Didn't put my foot in my mouth there. Or, you know, whatever it may be. Running draft, like Sloppy Joe's Bingo together. Like, I think that there's a lot of ways that we have already identified that we love to interact with the audience. Like, I think my favorite thing we do is probably Sloppy Joe's Bingo. See you later, Mark. Have a good one, man. Hope it's not too hot out there for you today, and that the problems are easy to resolve. Like, I think personally, Sloppy Joe's Bingo, I would rather do that than any other stream, than any video game stream, than any Friday 4 p.m. stream. That's what I want to do. I would want to do Sloppy Joe's Bingo every day. And so we don't, because we just don't have enough time. You know, there's only so many hours in a day. So I think it boils down to, if for community engagement stuff, it's less about trying to find new ways to do it and more about just trying to find the time to do the ideas that we're really into and excited about already. Oh boy, look at all this mud. This is all gonna have to be fixed. But I love the question and I love the thought, you know. So thank you. Might as well scout it out anyway. Yeah, it's always good to you don't want to be stagnant, you know, for sure. It's always good to try to come up with new ideas and new ways to present things, to engage, to create. I'm all about it. I love the conversation. I love thinking about the ways to do this stuff. But the biggest problem I have, which sounds weird because I feel like I have more, you know, I have a kid in college now. I don't own a house, so I don't have to do the level of maintenance I used to have to do week to week on the home. I have less in front of me than ever before in my life in terms of like free time or freedom, ultimate freedom, you know, where I'm not chained to a desk or whatever. And I have been in my adult life. But the limiting factor is the time that we all have that we can participate in regulation together, you know, because everybody's got other things going on. And so the Venn diagram of where we're all able to overlap so that we can create together is just a small and constantly changing diagram. And so am I in? Come on. And so the biggest issue that we continue to run up against is just the jigsaw puzzle of schedule and trying to find the time. Like I said, I have all the time in the world, but trying to find the time when we all have together to create stuff. And that is challenging. It's always been challenging. It continues to be challenging. It'll always be challenging. But man, that's the one thing I wish I had more of, is time with the guys to create. That's the problem I'd like to solve. And there's no solution for it. So we make as much as we can when we can, you know. But that's why we have a bit barrel. It's my attempt at holding on to some of the many ideas we have that we just don't get to, you know. Creative breaks are great. That's why that's what vacations are for. I just had a creative break for 2.5 weeks, and it was awesome, and I feel recharged. I think the YouTube algo likes videos around the same length as the regulation gameplays are usually like an hour. Yeah, we're not fucking with the algorithm anymore. We're not even trying. We make our money off Patreon. We just have stuff on YouTube. I mean, the additional revenue on YouTube is nice. Don't get me wrong, but we're not going for it. It's a drop in the bucket compared to the support you guys give us on Patreon. We don't want to create for the algorithm. I don't want to create against it, you know? I'm not trying to be like, why is this... All right. Being a little glitchy right now, game. That was a little annoying. Dumped a lot more sand there than that was a wasted trip almost. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be obtuse, but we're definitely not chasing the algorithm. Not trying to swim against the tide either. Not trying to fight on this, and I'm gonna move past it now. But my idea was kind of no, we're gonna fight now, Merc. Everyone has to go live on their personal Twitches. Everything else for y'all would be the same, but now the audience has shit they can play with. Aside from the best ofs, their ability to make fun edits to support the project. Oh. Great idea. Great idea, Merc. Love it. Thank you for presenting it in such an eloquent way. I appreciate it. No, Andrew doesn't have any projects outside of regulation that I'm aware of. I'll try that, Martin. See how that works for me. Love you too, Merc. Too indecisive to fuck with multi-streams. My ADHD needs a single stream to focus on. What we have to focus on more than anything is ease of production. You know? We're just 5 guys. Just 5 little idiots. We don't have the support staff and the support system that we had previously. We have to do every single thing that happened in Rooster Teeth behind the scenes to keep the business afloat. That we had whole departments and dozens of people to do. All of those things have to be done by us. All of the nuts and bolts of running the business, in addition to making the content. You know, the content is in some ways the easiest part of it all, because that's the thing that we're great entertainers. We're not great businessmen. I'll say that. You know what I mean? So a lot of what we do has to be structured in such a way to make it easy for us to produce it. And that's it's a big part of this industry. Don't want to go back into it that way again. Yeah. Gotta get back in the lab. I miss the lab. I think that, I mean, definitely not fuck Slow Mo Guys. I love Slow Mo Guys. I love 100% Eat. I love So Alright and Good Morning Gustavo, my 2 side projects. This. I love all the other stuff everybody's doing, and I love that we're in a situation where we can allow and support each other to do those things, and also, you know, have the kind of relationship where we can keep each other in check and make sure that we're all doing enough on this project while also devoting time to other projects. Like, I think we have a really good, healthy relationship and balance, and I couldn't be happier with the structure and how things are working. But, you know, time is a premium. And if the biggest problem we have day to day is having more ideas than we have time to make, I feel like that's a great place to be. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to make every single idea we have, I would love to turn into content. Because ideas are like babies, you know, and you love them and you feel precious about them when you have them. But the longer they sit on a shelf, the less connection you have to them, and the harder it is to find. Maybe you can remember the nuts and bolts of it, maybe you can remember the outline of it, but it's harder to find whatever that little internal, personal, passionate connection is, that little spark that made you want to do it, that made it fun in your head, that made it make sense in your head. You know, it can be hard to find and reconnect with that over time the further you wait. And so I think that what ends up happening, hopefully, recognizing that we're going to make as much as we can, but we're not going to get to every idea, is that the cream rises to the top. And that if we don't have the time to make every idea, say we only have the time to make, realistically, half of our ideas, if maybe a little less, maybe 40%, that the 40% that we identify that we do make is the top 40% of that bunch, you know? And so it's another one of those things where it's a function of, by not having enough time to make every idea, we only make the best ideas, I hope, you know? So even the negatives are positives, depending on how you want to look at it. Free range babies, yeah. All right, let's try this open tipper. Maybe it just takes some getting used to. I see. I think I do see. I think you are right. I think that was a great piece of advice. Thank you. I think that was a great piece of advice. Seriously, thank you. Feeling very good about that. Yeah, you want to put the baby in the bit barrel. That way you know where it is. The amount of shows that I want to personally do that involve us having to watch TV together alone is unsustainable. If we only did those ideas, it would be too much for the company. There's so much to do. For instance, I'm super excited right now because we have already recorded 2 episodes of Wheel of Decades, which is exactly what I hoped it would be. It's one of those ideas that turned out almost exactly like I thought it would in my head, which is awesome. Awesome when that happens. Yeah, we watched Charmed. We watched 4 episodes so far. I would like to do, going back to the multi-cam thing, I would like to do more, just in general, I would like to do more of those streams with Ray and Jeremy whenever they put them together. I really did enjoy that. I wouldn't want to do it too often, but I had a lot of fun. I've been reconnecting with Ray a little bit, not like in a crazy way, but just I saw him recently socially and then played video games with him a couple times there, and really like him at this age. Not that I didn't like him before, but I like the dude he's turned into. You know, he's a really good dude. It's all Tina, I'm sure, but would I recommend this game? Yeah. This is all I want to play for the rest of my life. I'm not even really working on anything for the game right now. I'm just fucking around. All right. So what do I have to fix up over here? That was kind of kludgy, right? Yeah, I should definitely fix up all this. All right, let's go get one more. We're going to do one more round. Yeah, one more round. Oh, I got to fix all this up, too. It's super ruddy. All right, one more round of sand, and then we're going to call it. I got to get going. I'm excited to look at the map in a minute and check our progress and see how far we have come today on this road. And its little friend here. Jeremy said he's going to be contacting folks to schedule another one, like 1 to 2. Yeah, that's good. That's a good, I think that's a good frequency. Keeps everybody excited about it. Doesn't get anybody overly taxed. I feel like it's also a good way to interact with those X-age people. The Immortality series was awesome. I really enjoyed that. That was a great game. I hear you, Cosmonaut. I'm in the same boat. I don't care though. You know, it's just so much fun. Like the first thing I do when I open up a new map is just start building roads, and then it always bites me in the ass because then I'll invariably have to tear up a road that I built to build a road for a mission later or something. But this is just so much fun. It's just so much fun. Should I just... Nah, I'll do what I'm close to. Ugh. Deep ruts. We'll fix all of that soon. But first... Alright, let's get about right here. The fuck? Why? Why? What's up, Oz? Why? Why does it do that to me? Every fucking time. Getting real annoyed with that. Yeah, trucks have been jumpy since the update. Yes, I have played Farming Simulator. We used to make videos for it in Achievement Hunter back in the day. It's just one of the joys of a buggy game, you know. 50 tattoos for 50 years is stalled. I have gotten 0 tattoos for 50 years so far. That is another idea for the bit barrel that just got dropped or lost all along the wayside. All right, let's try this again. Stop being so squirrely. Okay. Awesome. Works so well. Thank you so much for that. Let me spin this around so I don't get confused when I play again. That is so useful. Thank you very, very much. What a tip. I was just kind of making a joke about the bit barrel being for my tattoos. But just kind of the idea of it. That would be pretty crazy, Jason. I don't think I could. Definitely don't like enough states to get tattoos of them. I don't even have a. I don't know if I have any state-related tattoos. It's not the prettiest or smoothest road in the world, but it'll get the job done. All right, let's call it here and let's check our progress. So this morning we started, right about here, I think. Just past that. So we went. Two ways all the way up to, you know, and then we did work up here, but we're working our way back to fill this spot in, and that's a pretty solid chunk of road. All right, let's watch our percentage not go up at all because we didn't complete any missions. Should still be at 36, I believe. Well, let's find out. 36. All right, that'll be it. Hey, what's up, Richosaurus? Good to see you. Sorry that I'm logging off now that you got here. It has nothing to do with you, I promise. It's not like, fuck, Richosaurus Rex is here. I got to scram. I'll see you guys later. I'll probably be on tomorrow morning, as usual. Rise and grind. And maybe again later today even. Who knows? Have a good one. Bye.